When did you start reading Arendt?
Well, I was always aware of Hannah Arendt because my father sat next to her at the Eichmann trial. And so he would talk about her and about her insights on the banality of evil. And of course, you can't discuss the problem of totalitarianism without discussing Hannah Arendt. She was in the crux, the cusp of what I call the concave century, which hit its nadir in 1942, when it seemed as if all our Enlightenment hopes were chimeras, that they would go away. And she came to America and called it paradise. Anyone who calls her a Luddite or anti-technologist is a fool, because she knew that privacy, freedom, that these are gifts of modernity. They're gifts of our revolution. And our revolution is ongoing. And she was one of the thoughtful people who helped frame, make the discussion in the 50s and 60s and 70s multidimensional, when it was in danger of becoming simply us versus them.
What is your favorite book by Hannah Arendt?
Well, the book on totalitarianism is where I think she made truly major contributions to understanding this thing that George Orwell warned us so evocatively about, and many of his thoughts about the methodologies of totalitarianism were woven into a novel. In her case, it was more analytical, but it was primarily about saying, this is the old enemy of 6,000 years, the pyramidal social structure, with a few at the top, lording it over masses below. Only now it's not with swords that the peasants could rebel against with pitchforks. It's going to be with surveillance and with police state tactics and high sophistication. She knew that we were approaching, even after the victories against Hitler, she knew we were approaching an ultimate crisis. And she helped to arm us, as Orwell did, as a number of other people did, with a notion of how special our experimenting is.
And the last question is, why does Arendt matter?
Hannah Arendt matters because her life story is, well, it's evocative on many levels. Her insatiable curiosity, her ability to grab some of the great philosophers of her day by the scruff of the collar and say, don't you try any of that sexist stuff on me. Well, maybe the stuff that I'd enjoy, but I'll let you know which stuff that is. You know, meanwhile, you will take me seriously as a mind. And they said, okay, all right, except you do know that things are getting pretty bad over here with people who won't treat you like that. And she said, okay, I'll go someplace else. And her escape journey was, should have been a movie. Instead, her movie is about years. But she teaches us to be agile and not accept limitations.